this might end up being actually easier than what I consider the get home bag challenge.
How you feeling?
It's definitely rough, but
a lot different than our get home bag challenges with 20 pounds of gear.
Yeah, first part sucked, like sucked a lot.
Two sexy mugs right here. How you doing? Hey guys, T2 out here, Time Preparedness channel. You got PD along with me today. If you can see on our backs, we got some big bags on us today.
Yeah, we do.
We are doing it's going to be a 20-mile total bug out bag challenge, test, whatever you want to call it. We're doing 10 miles up the mountain. We're going to camp. We're doing another 10 miles down the mountain tomorrow. So far, we've stopped at Station Cove, filled up our waters, kind of relaxed for a couple minutes, and then now we're hitting the trail. So it's 11 o'clock. We'll see what time we get done. One of the worst things we can do is get injured out here because there's no way there's one way down the mountain. There's only one way down the mountain, and that's to walk back.
So yeah, we're gonna take our time, kind of just take it easy at a good pace, and hope to God nobody gets hurt.
Yep, so here we go.
As far as the trail goes, I don't put it any harder than the Yellow Branch Trail, but it'll be at the end of this that I can really say whether or not this is easier or harder than the entire get home bag challenge, because yeah, right now it sucks, but if it's just for a little bit that it's like this, then hey, you know, my opinion, Yellow Branch for the majority of that sucked. The entire time we was on the road just really beat me. If it's just 2 miles out of 10 miles that's really hard, then this might end up being actually easier than what I consider the get home bag challenge. So
this is potentially easier than the Yellow Branch get home bag challenge. We'll get his thoughts and opinions at the end of this. Good luck, David.
I was told it kind of planes out a little bit later on, so that's what I'm really hoping for here. Because this first part, yeah, this sucks. These first 2-3 miles, yeah, they're gonna suck. So
we'll see.
Big hill.
That is a big hill.
Steep. Holy cow.
Now you look to your right. There's another big hill.
Yeah. Boy.
Yay. How was that hill?
Oh my God. This keep getting worse.
So first big hill. How you feeling?
It's definitely rough, but
a lot different than our get home bag challenges with 20 pounds of gear.
Yeah. Yeah, these 40 pushing 50 pound bags are definitely gonna make a difference.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an adventure.
We're about 2 miles into this hike. I want to know who the Forestry Service hires to put gravel down this entire trail. I mean, they have to be some hard-working guys. Just thoughts with me.
So we're taking our first little break. We've been walking about an hour and 30 minutes. We're gonna stop every hour, just take a break, but haven't found any spots to stop until now. Falling over a tree.
Makes a nice seat.
Like David saying, it's gravel. It's tough to walk on. Every step you take, you kind of slide a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of getting up there with Yellow Branch now. I don't know if the second part of this trail is gonna make it better.
So far, any regrets, mistakes?
My bag was kind of leaning to one side, pretty heavy, and what had happened is one of the straps at the top here had came loose. So Brian adjusted it while I was standing there with it on, got it tightened up, got everything good. So since then, ain't really had no major complaints. I'm definitely going through water this time. I can't say that dehydration is going to be a problem, because I think I've already drank about 1 liter out of my bag, and now I'm about 1 liter out of my bottle. So yeah, it's definitely making sure to drink enough water this time. Learned my lesson.
This is the first outing big outing with this bag. So far it's doing well. So far it's holding up. No real complaints. My knee's hurting a little bit, but it was hurting like 3 days ago. So probably gonna grab a snack out of my snacky snack pocket. Keep drinking. That's it. On the trail. Left the state park. There's a little event going on, so we didn't film a lot. Apparently there's a Make-A-Wish Foothills Trail.
28.2? 28.6?
28.3.
20.3.
28.3. Apparently they started this morning at 5 a.m. from Whitewater Falls. They're coming down to the state park. We're going to be passing a lot of them, obviously, doing our walk up to the Foothills Trail.
Definitely something to check out in the future.
Yep. Make-A-Wish, South Carolina.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish, South Carolina on Facebook.
So we might give it a shot this fall. If I'm still around, we'll look into it. David might go by himself, who knows? But they said, like, there's refill stations, there's snack stations, so no carrying the big bags. All you got to really carry is a water bottle and hydration bladder, maybe some, you know,
granola bars in your pockets or something.
Yeah, so might be something that Titan Preparedness gets on in, and you guys would have to support us, of course, because it's for a good cause. So, yeah, interesting, something to look into. So we just stopped at the sign for lunch, the Foothills Trail sign. Didn't want to do it up there because of all these people.
First part sucked, like sucked a lot. I have high hopes for the rest of the trail. We still have about 8 miles to go. One of the perks of carrying a heavy bag and carrying all this water is the more water you drink, the lighter it gets. So it's really been helping me keep that staying hydrated mindset. Other than that, I mean, I feel fine. Not wearing big combat boots this time is a major plus. My feet hurt more just standing here than when we're actually walking. So, yeah, it's so far so good.
So the first 2.5 miles up a hill, was that worse than the Yellow Branch Get Home Bag Challenge?
Yes. Yeah, the first bit I'll say was a whole lot worse than the Yellow Branch Challenge. Yellow Branch Challenge, it was hard because we was walking on that soft dirt and it was downhill. Finally hit the trail, walked the trail. The trail was the easy part, in my opinion, of that hike. Then turn around, coming uphill, back up the trail, uphill, back up the road, and just in the soft dirt just made it a major pain. This is bad because it is all gravel, so you're almost sliding in it. You get like a little section of almost flat, and then a steep climb for 1,000 foot of elevation within the first mile. And it sucks. I'm going to say it sucks worse than Yellow Branch. Now, the rest of this trail may end up being great, but that first part, yeah, it sucked.
So we are taking a little break. David's getting naked over there. Heyo. Taking a little break right here at the Hidden Falls Foothills Trail kind of crossover. That way to the park, back over yonder to Foothills Trail, and back that way to Hidden Falls. No complaints, feeling good. We stopped for about 10-15 minutes to take a snack at that last sign back there. Are you naked?
Hi guys. Y'all missed the show. I put my clothes back on.
Damn.
Yeah, like Brian's saying, the only issue I'm having right now is I think I had my chest strap pulled too tight, and it was causing my arm straps to actually roll over themselves, and was causing them to dig in under my arm, and just the motion of just walking finally started to cause a chafe. So I took it off, applied some baby powder there just to try to put a layer between it just to kind of help it with that, and we'll see how it goes. Careful now.
About lost it. We are 3 miles from Highway 107 crossover, maybe a mile from a water source. So we're gonna take a break at a water source, hang out, chill out, drink some water. I've got a liter left. We're not entirely sure how much David has left in his bladder. We're about halfway there. We've got, like I said, 3 miles to 107. then the crossover, it's 1.4 to Choi Valley, and then maybe another mile to half mile down to the campsite. So 5 miles remaining, give or take. Better or worse than Yellow Branch?
I'm going to say worse.
Worse than Yellow Branch. You've officially heard it here.
And all the uphill sections have been double what Yellow Branch was. So,
I mean, the Foothills Trail in general is a pretty tough trail. We kind of burn ourselves out by doing that 2.7 portion going up the mountain. But, you know, it's good for you. David's got his hydration bladder he's drinking from. That's good. That's where those things come in handy. Watching him try to fill it up is going to be entertaining. So it's going to be the first time any of us have tried out the Sawyer Squeeze. It's supposed to be even faster than the Hydro Blue VersaFlow, than the Sawyer Mini, than the Sawyer Micro. It's probably as fast as the Katadyn Be Free. But yeah, we're going to get to this water source and take a break. Who knows, we might just set up camp there because this kind of sucks.
nah.
All the way.
We got to prove ourselves.
Keep running into people. Yeah, we keep running into people, which is fine. Yeah, nice. Having little quick conversations with them. It is what it is. So David thought I was lying to him. And I told him water's just right here up the road. And it's right there. Right there, David.
He's forgetting to mention he said that about 2 hours ago.
I did say it a while ago. How are you feeling?
Gotta pee. Other than that, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Legs and feet are kind of starting to get to that point where they're starting to hurt. Not because of the shoes or nothing, just from impact and just not being used to this. But other than that, feeling good, feeling squared away. Happy to finally make it to a water source because I believe I'm down to like my last half a liter. We've kind of gotten into some more dense foliage. It's kind of giving us some shade as we walk. We got a little bit of a breeze, so yeah, everything's going good.
First time using Sawyer Squeeze. Pros, cons.
Definitely seems faster than the Micro and the Mini. Cons, didn't think this through and was using a Sawyer bag, trying to fill another bag. So not enough hands to do it. I'd have definitely been a whole lot better off doing it on top of the smart water bottle. But hindsight's 2020, gotta learn it somehow, so there you go.
Cool. For those of y'all that never get out and test your bags, that never get out, test your gear, test yourself, because you guys think, oh man, if I need to, I'll be able to do it. I could do it 20 years ago. Best of luck to you, because this ain't easy. Granted, most of y'all will probably not be climbing mountains, but there's still hills, there's still roads, there's still things that you're gonna have to walk up and then walk down, just walk right back up. Get out here, test your gear, test yourself. If you can't tell, me and David are freaking tired. You start sitting here and thinking of all the crap that you put in your bag. I start thinking about that 2 pounds of chair. I start thinking about that extra hammock, that extra food. It starts wearing on your mind. David's got a whole entire pound of peanut butter.
Yeah,
I think
don't do that.
I think he's regretting that one. But if you don't get out here and you don't try it, you don't know if you can do it. Once again, we're out here to prove that we can do it and to learn. Learn what works, learn what doesn't work. Freaking switchback. Kind of wasn't expecting that one. Forgot about it. Yeah. So just taking a 5-minute breather. Since we left, wherever we left back there, hell, I don't know anymore. It's been pretty much uphill. Gradual inclines uphill. It's pretty steep, I ain't gonna lie. I was fixing to say nothing straight up mountain steep, but pretty steep. Just make sure we stay hydrated. Taking a break. Yeah, getting air.
Trying to refill the lungs here.
Yeah. There's pretty much no flat spot. It's all just up a big incline. I figure at this point we've got to be within a mile, mile and a half. Hopefully closer. And then 1.4. And then about a mile. And then we're done. Good? Happy?
Oh yeah.
107 crossover. Me and David were just joking about this trail. First time he's been on it, so he really didn't know what to expect. Comparing it to Yellow Branch might not have been the best idea at the beginning.
No.
And this is a different animal. But we are at the 107 crossover, which means about 2 miles left. So that's the good news. So, woohoo. Good times. We're still marching on. So, get out here, test your gear, prove you can do it. We're at Troy Valley Road, whatever you want to call it at this point. I want to say it was better than my last trip. Again, not blistered up, not chafing. My bag's lighter. It still sucks, but it's well worth it. Get out here, testing gear, testing ourselves. Sir, how was your first non-get home bag trip?
It was worse than I expected, but now that we're getting close to the campsite, spirits are picking up. Pretty stoked. Looking back and thinking of what we did today and what we accomplished, well, with a 40 to 50 pound rucksack on your back, pretty dang proud of myself. Would it have been easier with the get home bag? Yeah. But that's not what we're here testing. We each have about 5 to 7 days worth of food in our bags, weighing us down. We're carrying the water. We're carrying everything you would need for a bug out situation. And we're out here doing it. Did it meet my expectations? Yeah. But hey, it is what it is.
Here we are. Home for the evening. How do you feel?
We'll be all right, I think.
It'll be all right. We've been at camp for about 15, 20 minutes now, just relaxed. There's a nice log over there to sit on, so we've just been kind of chilling out. I got some food going while David's setting up his stuff, and then he's going to eat while I set up my stuff. So let's head over to David and let him tell you about what he's going to be sleeping in, sleeping on, and sleeping with tonight.
Big change. I'm not sleeping out of a tarp this time. I went ahead and bit the bullet, spent a little bit of money, and got a Stansport Scout tent. It's a pretty simple tent. Has 2 poles and a bunch of tent stakes. For this hike, I went out and bought trekking poles and was able to actually take the poles out of my tent bag and was able to actually just use the trekking poles here as my lifters, is what I'm gonna call it. Super simple tent. It's got a back window in the back to let airflow go through it. One thing about it is you do have to use string of some sort to put this tent up. That's what holds all your tension, because you do not have any stakes going through it. I messed up and left 2 of the strings that came with the tent at the house when I changed out the poles. But luckily, being prepared as we are, was able to use some paracord here to help me get that tension, back tension onto the trekking pole. Same deal in the back, and then I have the 2 cheap little strings that come with the tent. I was able to stake it down, get it all tied together, and put up. Inside the tent's pretty simple. So first things first, you got your mesh door. It's just to let you get some airflow. If you know it's not gonna be raining or nothing, you can just leave this open and try to catch a nice breeze through your tent. Unzip this. So just like I said, there ain't a whole lot inside of the tent. We were essentially doing the same thing with tarps and catching all kinds of trouble with it, always having problems with it. This here, like I said, it's got the bathtub bottom. It's guaranteed to keep me dry if it rains tonight. As far as the bottom. Now top, we're gonna see how that works. Like I said, you just have this small window. You can't see out of it. Your trucking pole or tent pole is going to be in the way of it. It's there to let the airflow come through to help keep you cool. We're gonna use it tonight, see how it goes, and I'll give y'all a full review after the trip. Is the Alps Mountaineering Featherlight Long Series sleeping pad. Make sure your valve here on the bottom left is closed. Go up to the top and you'll have this little valve here on the back. The way you blow this thing up is you pop this valve, cover it with both hands so that no air can get out, and inside of here is a little tiny piece of foam that you will compress. And as you compress it using the CPR type method, it'll actually fill this thing up with air. It's a little bit more time consuming than the Cedar Ridge Trooper Junior that I have been using, but the difference is this blows up to 6 inches. So finally got this thing blown up. Sat here for probably about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes trying to blow it up with my hands, the way they say to. And it was blowing up, but I would have been here forever. Was able to undo the bottom valve that they tell you to keep shut and was able to back blow into it and worked just fine.
My time for shelter. I'm going One Wind Hammock between these 2 trees. I am going to set up the Outdoor Vitals hammock on those 2 trees as well. I'm going to test them out, see which one I like better, and the one I like better I'm going to keep. So One Wind first. All right guys, just like that, nice and quick. You can come over here and make some fine-tooth adjustments. You know, make sure these ends are tight. This ridge line is as tight as it can go. Might be a little high. Let's get in it and see how she feels. There's not even bad things I can say about this hammock. Again, this is a single nest, and so it's not as wide, but it's still 11 foot long. Best suspension system I've ever used. So I'm going to, whenever I set up my Outdoor Vitals, I'll do back and forth between the 2 and see which one I like better. Outdoor Vital hammock setup. So which one am I sleeping in tonight? Which one do I think is better? Does this $110 hammock outbeat that $45 hammock? In my opinion, as of right now, no. I've been fiddling with this hammock for the last 15 to 20 minutes trying to get it set up correctly. When I originally set it up, I was higher, got in it, and just sank because the line locks over there, the Woolby suspension isn't holding where it's supposed to. Originally, I had it between these 2 trees. It was too short of a distance. You need an extra 3 to 4 foot with the Woolby sling, so it's almost too much of a hassle. As of tonight, I'll be sleeping in the One Wind hammock, and it will probably be my bug out bag hammock system, just because of the extra space that is needed for this Woolby sling suspension system on the Outdoor Vitals hammock. So yeah, head-to-head comparison, getting rid of the Outdoor Vitals hammock. So it is what it is. Alright guys, so we're just eating dinner. Yeah, I was tired, I was hungry, so I ate a breakfast skillet, crushed up some Spam, put in there, fixing to take on a pouch of pulled pork barbecue. That sounds delicious. Got me a blue drink for dessert dinner, little 0-calorie Hawaiian punch. David's over here eating like a freaking chef, man. Tore open his MRE, probably the best one he's ever had. So one of the questions in the Get Home Bag Challenge was, why didn't we share our resources? I'm not always around David. David's not always around me. So therefore, it'd be like tonight. If David carried the tent and I carried the sleeping bag, but we're not always together, well then, you're only as good as whatever you're carrying. So that's why we carry 2 separate shelter systems for the Get Home Bag for the Bug Out Bag system. So we weren't going to share food resources either. But listen, we're just going to tell you that we didn't, and then we're going to be like, oh yeah, I just happen to have MRE stuff, and David just happens to have whatever I have that's delicious, which isn't much. David, do show off your amazing creation.
So, this is an Italian breadstick, Spam, cheese, and jalapeno cashew sandwich, I guess? Snack. Brian was kind enough to loan me the Spam, and this is what I whipped up with it. I think it's amazing. I've done had half of one. This is the second one. And not gonna lie, it tastes pretty dang good. So if you ever got, you know, an MRE and some Spam and this is what you get, just throwing it out there. It's an idea.
Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed part 1 of our 20-mile bug out adventure. And yeah, looking forward to a part 2 where we wake up, we'll clean up camp, and then we will hike down in the morning. We had fun, had a good time.
Yeah.
I think we pushed ourselves to prove ourselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say fairly. We didn't overdo it, but we fairly gave it our best effort to make sure it happened.
We had a good time. We didn't get hurt, and we learned a lot. I think that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a successful day.
So we're gonna crash. Seems like it's gonna be a little chilly tonight. Maybe 50, maybe a little lower. We don't know. I guess we'll see. And we'll see how well our stuff works in the morning. See you then.
Bye guys.